bitch a choosy lover, never fuck without a rubber. Never in the sheets like it on top of the cover. Money on the dresser, drive a compressor. Top notch hoes get the most, not the lesser. Trash like the buck for $40 in the club. Fucking up the game, bitch, it gets no love. She be cross country, giving all that she got. 1,000 a pop, I'm pulling business off the lot. I smashed up the gray one, bought me a red. Every time we hit the parking lot, we turn head. Some hoes wanna choose, but them bitches too scary. Your bitch chose me, you ain't a pimp, you a fairy.
A pimp, not a simp. A pimp, not a simp. A pimp, not a simp. We eat so many shrimp. I got iodine poisoning.
Baby, you been rolling solo, time to get down with the team. The grass is greener on that other side. If you know what I mean, I show you shit you never seen. The 7 wonders of the world. And I can make you the 8th if you wanna be my girl. I say my girl, I don't mean my woman, that ain't my style. Need a real street stalker to walk a green mile. Piling up the paper on the dining room table, cause you able to realize I'm the truth and not a fable. Baby, rockin' Russian sable, keep that chiller on the rack. What I look like with $1,000 shit up on my back. I'm $1 million man, they need $1 billion bitch. Put my pimpin' in your life, watch your daddy get rich. Easy as ABC, simple as 1, 2, 3. Get down with UGK, Pimp CBU with B. Cause what's a hoe with no pimp, and what's a pimp with no hoe? Don't be a lame, you know the game and how it goes. We try to get toes.
A pimp, not a simp. A pimp, not a simp. A pimp, not a simp. We eat so many shrimp. I got iodine poisoning.
And there was much rejoicing. and there was much rejoicing.
One, two, three, four, five. I think that works. Hold on. One, two, three, four, five. Okay, I think this works now. Although it might be set to something else. Un, dos, tres, cuatro. Yeah. All right, I'm back. Is it coming out of both ear or okay? That's what I thought. It's only coming out of one side. That's what it's only coming out of one side. One, two, yeah. Only I'm working on left channel. How did I fix this? Hold on a second, y'all. Oh god, this is fucking. I'm not very happy about this right now. So please hold off the jokes because I'm just not starting off in the worst mood when I have this completely screwed up for me.
And there was much rejoicing.
How about that? I think that fixed it. Okay. All right. We good? Maybe. Kinda. Sorta. All right. Well, let's start this over. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday. It's a pain in the ass. Thank you very much, our Nevada judges. Good to see you in the chat. It's good to be back, and I apologize profusely ahead of time for the awfulness of the way things are going right now. So, why are we here today, since I've already wasted 15 minutes of y'all's time? I recently discovered the New Zealand version of Sovereign Citizens. I never heard of this ever before. One of our judges is going to be interviewed by Mike. Nice. I can't wait to see that. What was I going to say? New Zealand sovereign citizens are an interesting breed, I have to say. They're yet another example of. Let me make sure I got the scenes up already. They're another example of sovereign citizens or freemen on the land, or who localize SovCit ideology to fit their current surroundings. And you'll see it here in a bit. As soon as I get these sources taken care of. There we go. So, we're going to start right off with a what appears to be a traffic stop. And he's gonna go into his ideology, and then we're gonna point out all the messy stuff because it gets weird, and I'll show additional context as we go along, through their website and their and other resources that I've been able to find.
Can you hold that for me? Kia ora, mate. I'm a Kaitiaki diplomat, and this is a jurisdictional matter.
So I hate to pause it already, but he's already said he's a diplomat. So, yeah, guys, get your drinks ready, because this is going to be a fun one.
I'll go away and I'll start again, man, because I don't want any dramas, but just got to relax and get on with each other.
Yeah, no, that's all cool. Do you acknowledge common law as a jurisdiction in New Zealand?
I don't acknowledge that, no.
Oh, you don't acknowledge that? Well, I have a public servant questionnaire here for you to fill out. I don't answer questions until you fill out my public servant questionnaire, which you're legally obligated to fill out, my friend. Well, could I get your supervisor down here then? I'd like you to fill that out before I answer any more questions. It's a public servant questionnaire which you're legally obligated to fill out.
I'm not, and I'll just tell you again, mate. You need to give me your name, address, date of birth, and provide your driver's license. Otherwise, it's a chance you'll be arrested.
I have here with me an unrebutted affidavit with proof.
Okay.
I have with me an unrebutted affidavit here with proof. I'd like you to read this. This has a personal fee schedule attached to it that invokes personal and commercial liability. I think you need to read it.
I'm not going to read it, but I've told you again, and I won't tell you again, mate. Provide your driver's license, your name, address, date of birth, please.
Oh, well, I can't do that.
You can't do that.
I don't obtain a license, but I'm under common law jurisdiction, mate, and it actually states here under legislation that you acknowledge common law. I have an official Information Act request from the police, and I don't wish to conduct business with your corporation?
I'm New Zealand.
Yeah, I would say, Alana, this guy hits all the bingo cards within 2 videos, and we have 4 in total.
Police, Royal New Zealand Police, so that's a different place.
No, it's
That's
not.
what's
No,
been
it's not,
stuck
my
in it.
friend. Yeah, here's a official information act request that says that the police do acknowledge common law as a jurisdiction, and I'm under common law, which is no victim, no crime. So if you can produce me a victim, then we have a crime.
No victim, no crime. Drink.
And this can go to court if you'd like as well. I have no option with that.
This says New Zealand Police aren't a listed company. There you go. That's
Yeah, it says that they aren't a listed company under that NZBN, but if you actually look here, do the New Zealand Police acknowledge that New Zealand is a common law jurisdiction? I can further advise that police acknowledges I can further advise that police acknowledge New Zealand is a common law jurisdiction, and especially here that I have this legislation, you are not allowed to open my door. This is my private property.
Cody, stop being
Look,
a dick.
She knows him on a first name basis. Calls him Cody.
This here, look,
Stop being a dickhead.
Being a
I'm under
dickhead
common law.
and give
I
your
am
license.
under common
If you
law.
don't have a license,
I do
which
have a
probably
license,
you
but
don't,
that's not my license. It's
Get
that's
your
just tell them I don't want any
the
trouble.
state owns it. The state owns my license.
Just tell them we're just going to talk to them.
Here's my form of ID. I'm a Kaitiaki diplomat. It has my name on it. It has my date of birth. I'm a
Give me your
Kaitiaki diplomat.
license.
This has by the UN. This has been stamped by treaty commissions under the UN. I don't-
Your face or something.
No,
Just get
I'm
your
not.
license out.
I have all the adequate paperwork here to state. Yes, I know you have, and I'm no longer a person under the corporation that
Oh my
you
god.
guys are
The
under.
New Zealand law the Land Transport Act to present your license. If you do not have a license,
I'm under
or you
common
refuse
law.
to give your details
But I'm under common law.
and your name,
Well, that
then
has
you can
my-
be arrested.
that
and you
has
know
my
that.
name.
I'm not taking
That has my name and my
I'm not
details.
taking it.
If you take this and
Listen
go
to
look my
me.
name up, my
I
license,
am
my
not
full license
taking
will
it.
pop up.
Show me your license.
I
then.
don't have my full license on me
Well, why don't you just say
because
so?
I sent it to the Governor General.
What is your name?
Cody Ivan William of the Family Row.
Now, why can't you just say that? Where do you live?
I live at 483 Gladstone Carterton in my body.
So why are you saying?
In my body.
Why
I'm
couldn't
not
you
being a
just say that
dickhead
you are?
because I'm not under your guys' jurisdiction anymore. I have an unrebutted affidavit here, and that stands as truth and fact
Unrebutted affidavit.
in law. A judge will
As I
adhere
said
to
you,
this.
Cody, under the
I'm not
trans-
off my face.
at the
I'm
Land
100%
Transport
sober. I have my
Act,
daughter back in my care and am
need-
subjected to 6-month follicles.
Are you going to stop talking?
So don't tell
Are you
me
gonna
about
stop
being off my
talking?
face.
Under the Land Transport Act, you are obligated to give your name and details. That's all you needed to do.
Yeah, well, they're all right there.
And I told you I don't recognise that as an ID.
You can take that and punch
So
it
if you
into
had
your
your
system and my
licence, you
other
could've
ID
given
pops
it.
up.
All you needed to do was give me your name.
Yeah, well, I'm not under your guys' jurisdiction anymore. I'm not a corporate entity. I'm a living man.
Wants to argue your beliefs. We've just got to work together now.
Yeah, well, that is my ID. If you look that up, it will bring my license up under duress, under protest and duress.
Can you please give us your driver's license?
I don't have the card on me. I sent.
All right, we got. I think the video concludes right up here. And this time it's caught in 4K.
What's your first name?
Oh God, I didn't realize I was gonna do this.
What is your badge? What is your name and badge number?
LS74.
What's
Thank
your
you.
name?
I'm not obligated to give you that information. No, because I'm actually under common law.
Yeah, so
I-
under the Land Transport Act, you're
no.
required to give me your name. If you don't, you're just being driving in a car. And
Oh, I know, Jester.
not-
I know. I'm streaming this on Twitch. I completely forgot to update the information on Twitch. So it probably still says I'm playing Demon Souls or something like that.
Stopped me. You've not stopped me. I pulled up the drive, parked, and got out, and you guys are stopping my friend over here.
What is your...
You did not stop me.
Okay, well, I can arrest you and we can leave your baby in the car by themselves.
Oh, would you really arrest me and leave my baby in the car by herself, would you?
Or you could just give me
Would you really? Well, actually, here, look, if you see this here, look,
Yeah, and that's not a thing.
and the common law of England.
That's not a
are the
thing.
laws of New
Again, there's no arrests here, unfortunately, but at least the officers aren't dealing, letting him run what was it called, roughshot over her. So
Dylan, can you read that? Can you read that? Yes, actually. And look, I have a New Zealand Police Official Information Act request that states here, I can further advise that police acknowledges New Zealand as a common law jurisdiction.
New Zealand, that's not part of the law.
Oh, yes it is. Yes it is. Look, Bill of Rights, freedom of movement.
Yeah, you've got freedom of movement, but when you're driving a car, you're following New Zealand law. Which means that you're required to give us the details of the car.
Oh, yeah, here's my details. I'm a Kaitiaki diplomat.
diplomatic card. Yeah, and there's the flag that I have on the thumbnail here, right, that you can see right there.
Under Te Moana Nui a Kiwa. We have an official embassy.
You're not, you don't
Uh,
have it, you're not a diplomat. I'm not going to argue.
We have an official embassy. We literally have an official embassy. I can ring up
You're an
the...
embassy, but that doesn't mean that you're immune from anything.
yes it does. We're under 1835 He Whakaputanga, which supersedes the Treaty of Waitangi, and you guys are actually a corporation, and I do not wish to consent with your corporation.
No, unfortunately, you don't have to give consent.
Yes, I do. It actually states on your guys' website that the police by consent. It actually states on the police website that you guys police by consent.
It doesn't mean that I have to ask you if you're
Yes, you do. You need my consent to police me. You are a public servant. You are violating your oath right now. Would you like to take this to court? I have an unrebutted affidavit here.
I don't want to look at it.
Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I have an unrebutted affidavit here. I've now served you.
That's nice.
Now, we can go to court for this, but I'm not giving you my ID. That's my details there. I'm a Kaitiaki diplomat under 1835 He Whakaputanga common law jurisdiction.
Have you ever heard of the Land Transport Act?
Of course I have. And I'm a living man. I'm not a corporation. I'm not a person. Acts, statutes and regulations do not apply to me.
They do.
No, they don't.
They do.
No, they don't. You need to understand law. They've only taught you guys one little handbook. You haven't studied law. I have for the last 4 years. This here stands as truth and fact in law, and a judge will adhere to this. It's an unrebutted affidavit. Yes, they will.
The blue one on this side and the blue one on that side.
So I've stated what I need to state. So I need to get my groceries and my daughter inside. Thank you, officer.
Okay, so briefly, as you guys can tell from everything that he said to the officers, all outside of the fact that he's referencing the Maori tribe, which is the native tribe of New Zealand. Outside of him referencing the Maori tribe and their language, everything that he says is your carbon copy, run-of-the-mill, sovereign citizen, freeman on the land script. Like, everything's the same outside of them referencing the Maori tribe. So, yeah. One second here. Okay. So next up, he's going to actually elaborate a bit more. Now we're going to go into his justification for what he's saying. You can see he has an insignia here, right there. So, you, Deacon, you know they're not, and I'll showcase a little bit of their website here in a bit, but let's listen in here.
Kia ora whānau. Just wanted to put this out about the classes for common law here in Masterton, for anyone who could make them. First of all, I'll start by introducing myself. My name is Cody, and the name is the enemy, in-a-me.
In-a-me. N-a-me. Enemy. Oh my god.
If you spell it. Or you could say it, I am known as. But,
oh my god.
I'm a Māori Ranger. We're a subdivision of the Māori Battalion SAS, the 28th Māori Battalion.
So I want you guys to listen to what he just said right there, real quick. what he said his role is with his so-called tribe.
My name is Cody.
Joshua, you just beat me to it. They're basically the New Zealand version of Moors. But let me continue.
And the name is the enemy. N-R-me, if you spell it. Or you could say it, I am known as. But I'm a Māori Ranger. We're a subdivision of the Māori Battalion SAS.
He just claimed that he's a Maori Ranger, and it's a subdivision of the Maori Battalion SAS.
The 28th Māori Battalion.
The 28th Maori Battalion. Now, what pisses me off about this is that effectively, I would say this is dangerously close, in my opinion, to being stolen valor. And the reason I say that, and I'll show the cases for you right now. Let me just close this asshole out for a second. This is the website for the 28th Maori Battalion. Well, first off, the SAS is the Special Air Service. It's effectively the British/Australian/New Zealand version of Special Forces. Think SEAL, Delta. They're military, high-end, highly trained special operations group. And he's claimed to be a subdivision of the Maori Battalion. Now, the 28th Maori Battalion is actually a very famous battalion of New Zealand that started in World War I, but were more famous for their actions in World War II. And they earned several medals and distinctions, including a U.S. Silver Star. At least one of them received a U.S. Silver Star. And so they were a pretty infamous battalion, and they have a very well-regarded reputation. The problem here is that the 28th Maori Battalion was disbanded in 1945 at the end of the war. So for this, then you have this fucking guy. This fucking guy claims that he's a Ranger subdivision of this battalion. Fuck this guy. Anyway, moving on.
And we deal with the common law side of things, and we also it's hard to explain. Deal with people who are systematically abused by the government in many different avenues. However, one of my jobs is to spread the awareness of what I've learned and about common law and contracting and whatnot. Just gonna pause this video for a second. I'll go grab you my files. I'll show you what's in there.
Oh, I can't wait.
Record it all, and you can let me know if you're interested in coming.
1946. Thank you, Liz. I thought it was 1945, but yes, 1946.
Yeah. So here we are. Okay, sorry about that, whānau. It wouldn't let me flip the screen. But, so I'm just going to sort of run you through my little script that I've got here.
Yeah, I bet.
That just some avenues on how we can conduct ourselves and whatnot. But, when the officer comes up and says to you, could you please hand over your driver's license? You state to him, I'm not a driver. I'm travelling. I'm not a paid employee.
There it is.
And I fall under tikanga, which is basically common law.
Which is basically common law.
No harm, no loss.
But the problem is, as we all know, this guy is imposing his interpretation of what he wants the law to be using a Maori legal precedent or their own legal principle. So I'm going to call bullshit that he thinks that word, tikanga, means what he thinks it means. I'm calling bullshit.
Victim, no crime. I don't need to produce you any form of identification if I'm not in the commission of a crime. And you aren't allowed to coerce and intimidate me by threatening me with arrest to get me to comply, because you are a public servant and I am not committing a crime. You are here to serve the public. Anything beyond that and without my consent is fraud. So, you know, we understand that policing by consent carries significant responsibilities and how vital it is for our communities and whānau to have trust and confidence in the way that we deliver our services. Well, I'm sorry, officer, I don't really, I'm not feeling much trust, I'm not feeling much confidence in you when you're sitting there trying to bang on my window and using threats and coercion to get me to comply. But anyway, so you can say to them, I'm under tikanga, and, you know, as you can read here, tikanga is the right or correct way of doing things within Māori society.
Okay, so it's the right or correct way of doing things within Maori society, but you want to say it's no victim, no crime, or what have you.
Māori legal scholar Ani Makaere has described tikanga Māori as the first law of Aotearoa. The tikanga has been recognised by New Zealand's state legal system in various statutes and through the common law. Now, I did just print off another piece of paper to help with that. 1 second. So this is the other one that's going to go with it. lawsociety.org.nz, New Zealand Law Society.
So apparently they're okay with referencing the Law Society. I thought the Law Society was like the Commonwealth version of the Bar Association in Canada, Australia. So I thought they were like the devil or something.
Tikanga Māori in
Whatever.
New Zealand common law. The Supreme Court has just reminded us that our law is indeed sourced in two streams and that the legal profession ought to be prepared to engage with Māori laws as part of the common law of New Zealand. So that's just the lead. That's just the lead. So tikanga is the right or correct way of doing things within Māori society. Now everybody's in Māori society. We're all under Aotearoa. So doing things the correct way is do no harm, cause no loss. It's pretty basic.
Again, that's his interpretation of what that phrase means.
Tikanga Māori and common law. Now, if they go, oh, common law, blah, 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 you can go, well, actually, under the Imperial's Law Application Act 1988,
Actually.
5, and the common law of England are a part of the laws of New Zealand. And then if they still want to have a go at that, you can go, well, I'll highlight these. You highlight the parts that you're meant to say so that they are more easily digested by the police officer, because you kind of want to show them while you're reading it to them. And you don't want to give them the paper either. You want to read it to them so that, you know. Anyways, right here. Do the New Zealand police acknowledge that New Zealand is a common law jurisdiction?
Yeah.
I can further advise that police acknowledges New Zealand as a common law jurisdiction.
Yeah.
Oh, well, this is an Official Information Act request from the New Zealand...
Yeah, and I like how he also glosses over the fact that they answered no. The New Zealand police is not a company or a private corporation.
Police themselves. Fancy that.
But we will, I guess we'll ignore that bit.
On top of that, here's the subsection 5. Shall continue to be the... Oh. It's basically the same. It's basically the same as this. And see, not only this, the common laws are a part of the laws of New Zealand. Imperial...
But it says an act to specify
in New Zealand
the extent to which enactments, imperial decrees, legislation, the common laws of England apply to New Zealand. It's supposed to specify what does and does not apply. Not that all parts of the English common law apply in New Zealand. The same way that not all original English common law principles have been carried over to the American system.
In force. Okay, so they can't deny that. Now, here's another one. You got the New Zealand Bill of Rights Act, 1990. Liberty of the person. Everyone has the right not to be arbitrarily arrested or detained.
Well, yes, no shit.
So under common law, if you haven't done anything and you're not in the commission of a crime...
Define crime. Is that up to you? Or is it up to the legislature, which is controlled by the people? I'm going to say it's the latter and not the former.
And you don't want to give over your identification, you don't have to. Now, I sent off an Official Information Act request asking, I have read an Understanding Policing Delivery from the New Zealand Police website, and that it states, we understand policing by consent carries significant responsibility. Now, their answer was very vague. They are...
No, it seemed pretty clear to me.
1 second. Policing by consent refers to a model of policing which originated in the United Kingdom, often referred to as the Peelian Principles, as they came from Sir Robert Peel when he passed the Metropolitan Police Act in 1829. Policing by...
See, here's what you look at what he asks. He says, in his request for information, he says, it states, we understand that policing by consent carries significant responsibilities. So in conclusion, New Zealand police must have the consent of the individual in order for the individual to be policed. Is this correct? And if not, what does policing by consent mean?
By consent indicates that the power of the police comes from the common consent of the public.
And there's your answer. He says, policing by consent indicates that the power of the police comes from the common consent of the public,
as opposed to the power of the state. So there they tell you.
It does not indicate...
And then they say, it does not indicate that the explicit consent of the individuals is required.
There you go. There you go.
That's to safeguard them. So they admitted it only to draw back on it.
Okay, and the fact that the fact that he doesn't understand the nuance that the answers being provided here is indicative of his intelligence.
But you see, they've already admitted it. But anyway, there is an expectation from the community that police would uphold the law, which is where the consent would come from in these events. Policing by consent is underpinned by policing legitimacy, which has the 4 key pillars of lawfulness, not legalness.
Oh my fucking god, drink.
Lawfulness, procedural justice, distributive justice, and effectiveness. New Zealand Police is committed to policing by consent. See, they said it again. New Zealand Police is committed to policing by consent and having the trust and confidence of all New Zealanders.
Of all New Zealanders, of the public!
Community style of policing and the safety benefits this provides is important to us because we want to remain approachable.
Okay. Thank you for the $25 super chat. We'll get this to the super chats after this video is over and done with, but I appreciate it.
And have connections with our communities as part of our everyday policing. So, yes, they admit it twice and draw back once. Now, if they continue,
and
now
donations.
that you've gone through all your common law and you're understanding policing delivery and your tikanga, and if you've got your C-Pass actually states on the back of it that you are operating, well, not operating, that's an ugly word, that you are...
He said operating.
Now, if they still continue to push, you by this point, you still haven't given your C-Pass or your license. You never give your license or your name. You still haven't given your name. No details, no nothing. Do not contract.
Oh my god.
If they continue to ask for your driver's license, you can say, well, the Supreme Court uses Black's Law Dictionary, and the Supreme...
And there it is, guys. I'm going to get a refill. Oh, 1 second. I apologize. Actually, Mandy, you can go ahead and say the super chats while I go get a refill and let them witness what this guy's about to cite in New Zealand.
Hey, everybody. So let me read out your super chats. Just 1 second. So Scott Cosmic, thank you for the $20 super chat. Resquat and Packard, Schrodinger's cat, fair winds and following seas. That's very sweet. Reverend Jason Reed, $5. Getting my gallbladder exercise tomorrow. Counting on you bringing on the dumb tonight. Oh, and I need y'all to drink extra for me. So someone picked that up for Reverend Jason. And also, thank you for being a member for 2 months. Mary M., $5 super chat. Not trying to be a pain, but it's pronounced Maury. Okay, got it. Thank you. I'll remember that for next time. P Rhymes, $2. Artie, so basically this guy is a Maury Morn.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. In a nutshell, that's exactly what tonight's theme is. These are the New Zealand version of Moors.
Okay. And that's all we got so far.
And
Besides
we also
Sherry Tucker. I'm sorry. I didn't get it to the next page. I apologize.
there
Sherry
was much
Tucker, thank you for being a member for 11 months. Great job as usual, Artie. Anthony Vasquez, thank you for the $2 super chat. I'll
was
just
much
be here
rejoicing.
banging my head on my desk. And Captain Cactus for the $5 super chat. That is all.
we also got Kitty for the $25 tip. Money for a NFL non-Cowboys hat. Pick someone who has a chance. You know what? Screw you, Kevy. You know what? I'm still not over it. Anyway, you can see the tips in the stream elements drop down, Mandy.
In the stream settings?
Stream elements. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Rejoicing.
Thank you, iHeartDogs, for the $2 super chat. Great videos, Artie. Thank you very much. We got what?
Kit 190. I'm sorry. Kit 190 sent a $2 super chat. No more buddy cops with Kit ?
Oh, that's old. I don't know where you're looking at that.
It was 9 minutes ago. And Kiwi tipped $25. Money for you just read that one. Okay.
Yeah.
And P Rhyme sent a $2 super chat. Or
Yep.
Yeah, okay. We read that one. Okay.
Yeah.
That's everything?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
We got Black's Law. So let's get ready.
And they function under common law, and it has been ruled on.
And I like. Okay, so he's seeing Black's Law Dictionary, and he's also citing a federal district court for Texas, Maryland. Yeah.
That driving is an occupation, like a truck driver, a bus driver, limo driver, etc., etc., etc. Driving is an occupation. Case law.
Oh my God! And now he's citing a third district court ruling and a Connecticut state court.
Case law stands, even if this is.
He's citing a Connecticut state appellate decision. I honestly don't think the author of that decision, Hummel versus Martin Transport Limited, ever would have thought in a million years that some jackass 5,000 miles away would be citing his decision for right to travel purposes.
Is American. The American judges and lawyers still take their pledge to the British Accreditation Registry, which is still under the common law. So we can use America, Australia, Canada, New Zealand. We can use all of these.
And so that's his explanation as to why he can utilize these case law. Because all attorneys, apparently, even the ones here in the U.S., swear allegiance to the crown under the British Accredited Registry. That's why he can cite some random ass state in the U.S. in New Zealand.
Case laws here because they've all been defined and put into Black's Law Dictionary, which our Supreme Court uses. Now, another one. What is a driver? One employed in conducting a coach, and here's the case law again. Now, if they continue to push, you can say, well, we're going to have to make this a civil matter. We're going to have to go take this to court because I have a case ruling here that states the right of each and every member of the public to pass and repass a road without hindrance is an incident of peculiar...
Thank you, Kelly, for the $100 super chat.
I donated $200 in memory of SC to Westland, Me Humane Society.
And there was much rejoicing.
Local authority, that right cannot be denied. That right cannot be denied to any person by the Crown or the Crown of the local authority. Sorry if I didn't quite read that right, because I'm trying to read it sideways through my phone. But, you know, you're starting to get the picture. You know what I mean? Or I'm starting to get the picture. They will start to get the picture. Especially when you've got all of this here to back up exactly what you're saying. And have it in your waka at all times. It is detrimental, guys. So I just wanted to, I've got more things that you can use and do, but these two here with the common law stuff, this is its own separate thing, so that's its own little script that you get through with the liberty of not being arrested and whatnot. And then you have your understanding policing delivery to say that I do not consent and I do not contract. Here, you know, this tells you, I will be highlighting certain keywords, and, you know, so with a highlighter, so that while I'm explaining it, it pops off the page at them. Yes. Beautiful file note. It's, I don't know why I haven't done this sooner, but this is the sort of stuff that I want to be covering in the workshops.
Oh, yeah, they're selling shit, too. So, because of course they are. What the fuck? We got one last video. It's a short one, so don't worry.
Right, killed him, my bro. I'll show you this, yeah.
And honestly, it's primarily to show you this. What he put on his fucking car. Like, he's a Maori, like, law enforcement jackass.
Maori Ranger, not a Maori landowner.
I'm a Maori Ranger.
This Federation.
Thank you, Doug, for the $50 tip.
You got Maui Security Division. We have a higher jurisdiction than the New Zealand Police and an equal partnership with the Crown. We're a subdivision of the Māori Battalion SAS.
And look at that fucking thing on this car. Service is notice the principle. Notice the principle is serve and applies. No contract, no consent. Diplomatic immunity. Privileges and Immunities Act of 1968. Oh my god. Yeah.
So you can see this in place of my registration. I'm about to put my plates on my car. Instead of that, they're going to be... Oh, where is it? They're going to be... These, my brother. Going to be these.
There it is.
Replacing it on that fucker soon. And if I get the old C-Pass too. A couple of them, but yeah, I'll show you what the files are. But sorry, I got sidetracked. Just wanted to show off, just to be honest, bit of an ego thing. So in my book,
we know
as Māori.
I mean, to self-describe yourself as a Maori SAS member, yeah, I think you probably have to have a high opinion of yourself.
Rangers, tikanga is our law. That's our code of conduct. So I can claim this. So can any other person who lives here. So tikanga is the right or correct way, You got another tikanga.
I think he does. Continues to go on with this bullshit.
This is New Zealand as a common law.
Yeah.
Well, I can't make a machine to understand that. Please, consent of the parent.
Same thing. So he goes on to the same. But I just wanted to show it for the highlight of the freaking emblem that he put on his freaking car. But going back to the source, this is their website that I wanted to showcase for a second here. Maori Ranger Security Division. Complete with getting your own diplomatic immunity ID cards for the low price of $50 for adults, $25 for children, and $25 for babies. They have the : nomenclature of the quantum syntax bullshit. So as you can see, they borrow from all different kinds of SovCit ideology. You have no jurisdiction over me just by saying it. All right. Yeah, good luck with that while they put you in handcuffs. If you're Australian, check out Dr. Barry Lundov and Bill Turner. I bet Dr. Barry, I bet he's a fucking chiropractor. So, you know, not a real doctor. Wait. Oh, okay, that's for car repair. I thought I was going to say that's for their embassy, which also has a basketball hoop. I apologize, Cliff. I don't think I saw it in the stream elements. I apologize. I missed it, man.
And there was much rejoicing.
We can go through the current super chats now. Mandy?
Okay, sorry. All right. Doug Donahue, thank you so much for the $50 super chat. Parry this. Joshua Lee, thank you for the $10 super chat. Just goes to show you with SovCits and more, the more the stupid changes in the world, the more it stays the same. Joshua Lee, thank you for the $2 super chat. Baby ID, but by though. Joshua Lee sent a $2 super chat. Okay, we already read it. Hit that one. Shelby E sent a $5 super chat. Been putting off appreciation for my favorite YouTubers with Schrodinger's passing. Realized it's not a thing that should be put off. Thank you for all you do. Asher 1776. Hey Asher, glad to see you here tonight. Surprised these guys are not only don't know state laws, don't go across state lines, but country as well. Kelly McGlone sent a $100 super chat. I donated $200 in memory of Schrodinger's cat to Westland Humane Society. Thank you, Kelly, for doing that. I Heart Dogs sent a $2 super chat. Great videos, Artie. And I think we're up to Captain Cactus. Policing by consent means that showing the legitimacy of police in the eyes of the public and the transparency of their powers. That's all for $6.63. And I think we already read Anthony Vasquez. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Sonia, I have donated to my local... I actually tried to donate to the Portsmouth shelter that the Marvel has put out there, but I think their donation button is broken. But in the alternative, I'll see about donating to my local shelter here in New Jersey. In the alternative. But that's basically kind of it. I didn't mean to have this shown. It wasn't really intended to go to very long because there's only so much you could talk about with these jackasses. So that is kind of it. Oh God, what is this? Doctor. Oh, this is the Barry Lundlove. What is this? I feel like I'm going to be put on a list for watching this shit. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. What is this? They're Their shit don't even work. Oh, what the
common law
fuck?
Court committees in each state. I'll be setting up the one in Queensland. Barry and you will be setting one up in Victoria, and we have other members now who will be setting them up in the other states. So these common law courts will be convened very soon. I've already sent over 8 affidavits to you, and they have now gone over to the International Common Law Court branch in Scotland. Is that correct?
Barry, do you want to take the hit on that one?
Yeah, well, basically, the UK or Scotland.
What the fuck? Is that a fucking SCP behind him? That looks creepy as hell. Why does he have these, like, posters up behind him and it's a green screen? What?
Or whatever you like to call it, it will control all the paperwork initially, probably for quite a while, because they got the expertise. So all the documents come to our secretary in Melbourne, then she'll pass them on over to the Common Law Court in the UK. They will go through it, then they will send back, if we want some summonses sent to some of these galahs that we see in the background here, who they should have put a bag over their head. It might have looked a bit better, but they look rather realistic in a fictional area. So these people will be charged, and the summonses will be endorsed in the UK and sent back here, and then they'll have to be delivered within a specified period of time. And of course, the court then is set up in a public meeting, and the jury is picked from that public meeting, and the officials, etc. So it's not. We haven't got long to go, but as soon as.
All right, yeah, we're done. Clearly, Love is just another LARPer who's, making pretend court in Australia. So, and I feel like I'm already going to get demonetized simply because of that dude's mustache. So we're going to be moving on. I think this is gonna be it for me. Yeah, because again, I don't want to drag it on for no other reason than to pad. But I am going to be on tomorrow. No, Thea, I haven't checked my my PO box, but I can go ahead and check tomorrow. I should have time. But I'll be back on tomorrow. So look forward to that, guys. I'll be giving more details when I'm able to. So for now, I'm gonna stop it here. No gaming. I'm just gonna call it an evening. Relax. It's gonna be a long day tomorrow between work and getting ready for this this bomb cyclone, whatever the hell they're calling it these days, winter storm that's coming up. So thank you again. Thank you all of you for your tips and donations. I do see that. Nathan, thank you for the $5. Even the best streamers have had technical difficulties, so it's okay if you do too now and then. Many of us can patiently wait for you to sort out. I apologize for the shit show to start off. I did not even see that there was no audio coming through. I don't even know how I fixed it, honestly, in the first place, but I somehow did. But thank you guys for your patience in that. Hopefully I'll be able to do better. And again, another $5 from Nathan. How do so many of these twats look like out of shape Nazi cosplaying dullards? I mean, the answer is in the question. So thank you guys again. Again, I apologize for the shit show, but hopefully I'll get that rectified tomorrow and as we go along. Thank you guys again for all your generous donations and tips and well wishes. Thank you, and be good. Have a good night, and take care. Adios.
A pimp, not a simp. A pimp, not a simp. A pimp, not a simp. We eat so many shrimp. I got iodine partners.
My bitch a choose